Hey y'all, welcome back to Twin Oaks Family Farm in rural Southeast Ohio, USA. Thanks for joining me on our YouTube channel, Twin Oaks Farm Poultry. I'm Melissa, and this is our home place. Thank you for joining me. I had a kitchen day today, so going to share what I did during kitchen day in this video with y'all, and would love your feedback and some of your ideas. So we hope you'll give a thumbs up or thumbs down, like or dislike the video, and let us know why. And please feel free to share your suggestions and your feedback in the comments. We'd love to read your ideas too. So normally our videos are on raising meat chickens. We have a small commercial poultry operation. We raise Cornish rock cross meat chickens to produce homegrown, top quality poultry, and we love to do the YouTube videos on raising those meat chickens to share what we've learned about raising them and what we're continuing to learn about raising them, and to just encourage people to try to grow, raise, produce their own food if they have an interest in that, or if they don't have an interest in that, or it's not practical for them in where they live or their season of life or whatever, to just consider trying to source food locally wherever you live and straight from the farmer producer that raised it, if that's possible. So we have a passion for that, and we do actually have an initiative that we created called Heart Local Ag, and that's the whole point of that initiative, to just word of mouth encourage people to get excited about eating local and sourcing directly from farmers, directly from producers. So we love to do those videos on the meat chickens. We are trying to vary our content and develop some other ideas on our YouTube channel, though. We tried to do a series starting in November of 2023 called Keeping It Simple in the Home Place. Just what it sounds like, just keeping it simple in the home place, sharing in our community. How do we do that? What do y'all do in your home places to kind of simplify your routine, to not get overwhelmed by the stuff in your home, all the stuff. So and to I guess, the underlying point being to recognize these things are just things, and the things that matter aren't things. And when we cut through some of the complication and the things that overwhelm us, we get back to relationships. And when we get back to relationships, we really find our connections with other people. And ultimately, we really find our connection with God when we detach from the things and connect with what God created. So that's the underlying important thing about all of it. But we are trying again to do a Keeping It Simple in the Home Place series starting here in December of 2023. We're also going to try to do a series that's like a story time for kids. So, just drop in for the things you like, and check in with us every now and then, and we appreciate our community of viewers and subscribers. But this video is on kitchen day, so we love to try to take like a day a week or a part of a day a week and prepare especially main dish type heat and eat items, meals, dishes. I don't know. So anyway, heat and eat, basically things that we can prepare to eat very quickly. So that's what I'm going to show you. That's what I worked on today. That's what I'm going to show you. Would love to get your feedback also on if that's a priority in your household, if it helps or wouldn't help in your household, and if doing some meal prep and meal planning and making things ahead, if it's something you do, what are some of your go-tos? What are things that help you? So we're going to take a look at some of the things I did today and try to have enough time to close with the 2 reasons that we do try to make our meals, make our food at home. So one tip before we go over to what I worked on today that I wanted to share, I love to keep just a simple old-fashioned mason jar handy all the time because of the measured marks on the jar. So, if I need a cup or a couple cups of liquid, I can measure it right there. I don't have to have a special measuring glass because mine always seem to disappear. And keep a meat thermometer handy, something you can use to actually accurately tell you the temperature of the meats you're cooking. So there's a throwback to when our oldest two guys were 2 years old and 3 years old. The sons in our household are now 16 through 20. We have 3 sons. So this is more or less what I worked on in half a day. So right here was the thing to start with. Sorry, I don't have fancy camera equipment and I don't have a fancy kitchen. It's all functional, not fancy here. But I actually browned about 4 pounds of ground beef and came up with about 4 different items of main dish kind of things we can just heat up this week as the week goes on. So this one is actually ground beef and like an onion seasoning and black-eyed peas on top. And then this one is ground beef and an onion seasoning and a taco seasoning and pinto beans and some tomatoes and corn in that one. And then this one was ground beef and taco seasoning and black beans and tomato and corn. And this one is really simple. It's just ground beef and macaroni and cheese. So we ended up with about 3 of these. We ended up with 2 of these and a single of each of these. We also have hard-boiled eggs. So all kinds of great proteins there for my family as the week goes on. And those can be heated up and eaten pretty quickly. A couple things to note also, I saved, well, the boiled eggs I saved the shells from, and we will pulverize those down, and I've saved some here. We'll pulverize those down into a calcium powder that we do feed back to our hens from the eggshells that they produce. My family also loves just plain carrots to snack on, so I just try to get the bulk carrots, and skin them. And we'll save that for the chickens, for the hens. So we've got those there. We'll cut up some celery. They love to have like cream cheese on celery, broccoli, and any scraps from those we'll pulverize for the chickens to snack on also. So that's what I've spent time in the kitchen doing today. And that's really going to help us as the week goes on here. And wanted to tell you the 2 reasons we really like being able to emphasize and carry out making meals at home, even if it's like make ahead and then heat and eat later, for 2 things. We can know and control the ingredients that are going into that better than we can when we eat out. And we can know and control portion size better than we can when we eat out. So thank you for joining us. We're